Welcome to your Corona and Market Update. My name is Mark Cunaberti, host of Money Matters and financial columnist for a variety of newspapers. March 1st today. Okay, so last Sunday I mentioned that it was going to be a wild week on Wall Street, and it was a wild week on Wall Street. The Dow ended down 3,600 points for the week. That's 12 point something percent. S&P was down about 10%. There was some records set on Thursday. The Dow dropped 1,190 points. That was the largest point drop, not the largest percentage. That was the largest point drop that we've seen in the Dow ever. All-time high in the Dow was set just a couple of weeks ago around 29,000 and some change, 29,003 something I think it was, or 5 something. And so this week, with the Dow touching down as low as the high 24,000s, ending up at around 25,300. This is the fastest time that the Dow has set a new high and then fallen into correction territory in a short amount of time. 6 days to knock off 3,600 points, which puts it down below 10%, which is the official correction level. So the fastest time the Dow has reached a new high and then fallen into correction level. Now, if you recall, a couple of weeks back, I said that the market was not pricing in the coronavirus effects and was hitting new highs, and I thought that was a mistake, and indeed it was. Okay, let's talk about some other things that had happened there. The Feds, of course, stepped in late in the week. Federal Reserve Chief David Powell said the Fed would do all that was necessary to support the markets. There were some more warnings out from companies saying they're going to get hurt in earnings. Microsoft and MasterCard were a few of the companies that had warned that their sales are going to be hurt. Now, I just want to emphasize, Friday, after the Feds came out and said something kind of late in the day, the Dow did have a rally. The Dow was down like 900 something points. It only added down 350 for Friday. And information and communication sectors were actually up a dinky little bit on Friday. But here's what's going on. I mean, you know, the airlines are not flying to certain places. Some of the airlines are not flying into Italy anymore. Sales revenue for a lot of these companies on the demand side, since China is a big market, it's the second largest economy in the world, the demand side for what we sell there is dropped precipitously. And then, of course, we also buy things, a lot of parts and spare parts and things like that from them. And we have a lot of manufacturing over there that supplies companies here. So both the supply and the demand side has really been hurt. So this is not over. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this virus has about a 2 to 3% mortality rate. The Spanish flu had a similar type of mortality rate. Now, SARS had about a 9% mortality rate, and MERS had a 30-something% mortality rate. The thing about corona is it's highly contagious. And we are seeing that the older people, somebody that's over 65, 70, 75, 80, or might have some additional medical conditions, are the ones that are getting in trouble here. There has been no deaths between the ages of 0 and 9, so the young people aren't succumbing to that. They're very, very young. But basically, the airlines are shutting down. The cruise ships, you know, obviously, I don't know who's going to want to take a cruise after this. And we're going to see earnings down all over the board. So this is more of a fear-based thing than the actual damage done. You know, there's only been almost 3,000 people killed with this thing, but, you know, we lose more than that by the flu in the summertime. We normally lose about 60,000 people by the flu, but the flu, usually flu season has about a 0.1% contagion rate. This is 2. So that's the concern there. And it's the fear. People are not traveling. People are staying home, people are avoiding public places, and when the World Health Organization came out and said it's only a matter of time before the United States gets hit, then the market sold off hard, which is on that Monday, and it's been down ever since. Now, Today is Sunday again. Last week, Sunday, I said it was going to be an interesting week. I think this next week is going to be interesting. I have no idea where this thing is going to open up tomorrow. Hard down, hard up, flat, I don't know. But all I know, the news, there was a lot of news headlines out this weekend. We had the first death in the United States. A person succumbed in Washington. Some of the other things going on with the virus itself, just so you know. Now are close to 89,000 cases, over 3,000 deaths, 3,001 at the time I've done this newscast, 42,000 active cases, and 35,000 people have recovered. Some people get the thing they don't even know they have it. So, you know, in any case, the elderly and pregnant can have a little problem with this, so they're telling us, and some of the things that are some of the statistics worldwide, 80,000 cases in China. Now the new cases outside of China are exceeding the cases in China. South Korea, 3,736 cases. Italy, 1,694 cases. Iran, 978 cases there. Diamond Princess, the quarantine cruise ship, 705 cases. These are not new. These are total cases now. Japan, 252. 73 in the United States. And of course commensurate mortality rates for all those other large countries that I just mentioned, and so on down the line. 67 countries now affected with this virus. Some of the updates here: 566 new cases and 5 new deaths in Italy, 3 new cases in Finland, 50 new cases in Spain, first 3 cases in the Czech Republic, 3 new cases in the Netherlands, 12 new cases in the UK, 38 new cases in Germany, so on and so forth. From the health secretary in the United Kingdom, he said coronavirus outbreak could force UK to shut down entire cities, and American Airlines has announced it's suspending flights to and from Milan. So there you go. We also had a first case in the Dominican Republic and first death in Australia. So it's tough to say, you know, this thing is not over. In my opinion, I wouldn't be putting any new money in the market. As I mentioned before, we lightened up about 3 weeks ago, which was apparently a pretty good call. Even though we had some fixed income and lightened up some, we did see declining balances. So it was just Wednesday and Thursday were brutal. I mean, we saw fixed income sell off, gold sell off. Some of the things that we don't normally sell off, we saw sold off. So we're sitting fairly light. We still have a few securities in portfolios, so fixed income, we still have some gold. It's a tough market, there's no doubt about it. I've talked to people that have lost double digits easy in their portfolios. Somebody told me that they'd lost 30%. I can't verify that, but that's what somebody had told me. So it's brutal. The Dow's wiped out all the 2020 gains and all of the gains of 2019. And if you recall, the fall of 2018 was the worst fall since 2008. That was October 1st to December 24th. That was a brutal, brutal market sell-off, widespread in October, November, and December. And this one has exceeded that. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'll be back. Tomorrow's going to be a Monday. Market's going to open up. It's going to be a wild, wild day. The website is moneymanagementradio.com, and the YouTube channel is Mark Cunaberti. Thanks for watching the market so you don't have to. I'm getting ready to hold on to my hat for sure.